Welcome back to Operation 43rd Wessex. This is the turn for the KMT in the United States. We'll get started off with the KMT portion. The KMT had 2 in the bank. They've got nothing to buy. There will be no combat, no non-combat movements for the KMT, so very dull turn for them this turn. And they're just simply going to collect a buck. So the KMT will have $3 in the account for next turn. All right, let's move right along to the US portion of the turn. The US is going to be rolling for the following tax. We're going to go for improved construction, factories. Improved construction 7, isn't it? Yeah. So improved construction, factories, radar, large ships, long range, jets, and heavy bombers. Probably got my big mitt in the way. And while we're at it, this will be the same corresponding colored dice for diplomacy. So black will be Brazil, dark blue will be Mexico, which is at stage 1. Red will be Peru. Light blue will be Venezuela, they're already at stage 1. Stage 1 for Ecuador will be purple. Green will be Colombia, and white will be Ireland. So let's get all that done. So let's do our tech. Running out of real estate here, so there's a lot of different cards on the table now because there's quite a few large forces and large fleets kicking around. So here we go. Let's see if we can zoom this in a touch. Get that looking a bit neater. All right, so here's our tech. And so we've got a purple 10, so that's good. So that is there. We've got a black 9. That's good. White 5 is no good. We've got a red 7. That works. We've got a blue 11. And then we've got a light blue 12. And then green 5, so that's no good. So we got 5 again, so that's good. All right, so let's see what that equates to. So construction will go to, where are we? So hang on, that's construction. So where's construction? So improved construction goes to stage 3. Then we've got factories. So that'll go to stage 2. Radar's not on the board, so that'll go to stage 1. Then what else do we have? We've got large ships, that's nice. So large ships goes to stage 2. Then we've got long range. So long range goes to 3. And what else we get? That's it. We missed jets and looks like we missed bombers. So, all right, not too bad, not too bad. All right, let's now do diplomacy with those corresponding colors that I just said before. So we're looking for 1s and 2s here. There we go. So I see a black 1, and that is Brazil. So Brazil goes to stage 1, and I think that's, yeah, everything else is a mess. All right, so that's diplomacy done. All right, the US had 76 to spend. They're going to spend it all. Let's cover off on their purchases. So, with our 76, we're going to lend lease the Brits a strategic bomber for 10. We're going to finish off our major port in Portugal for 3. We've got these 2 attack transports for 7 apiece. Finishing off the 2 battleships for 6 apiece. We didn't finish off improved construction, did we? No, we didn't. Bummer. A jet for 11, a light cruiser for 9, medium armor for 6, 3 infantry for 9, and a militia for 2. So let's add that up. So that's 13, 20, 27. 27 plus 12 is 39. That's 50. That's 59. That's 65. That's 74, that's 76, that's the lot. All right, we don't have any combat movements, just non-combat movements. So so let's start on this side of the world. So first of all, we're going to take our transport here in A21. It's hanging out on his own. 1-2, he's going to join the fleet there in A35. At the same time over here in New York, leaving port with 2 infantry on board, will be the attack transport with a movement of 4. Movement of 3. So he'll come 1, 2, 3 into A35, and we'll drop those 2 infantry off in Portugal. So that's them done. And I think we're just about done on this side of the board. We might as well just rail these 2 infantry up to New York. Actually, we'll rail them both up to New York. So from DC, 2 infantry rail to New York. I think we're done over here. Well, let's go over this side of the board. It's been a pretty straightforward turn. Let's get that out of the way. All right, so coming from the Sea Zone P29 will be 2 coastal submarines with a movement of 1, and they'll come up to Sea Zone P22 and join the 2 fleet submarines there. Hopefully you can see that. That gets rid of that. Leaving port in San Francisco will be, to go into Sea Zone P25, will be a fleet carrier and 2 heavy cruisers. So they'll move up 1, 2 and join the fleet at sea in Sea Zone P29. So I'll just go into the card here. 2 heavy cruisers. Oops. There we go. Join that fleet there. Okie dokes. All right. Leaving the airfield in San Francisco with a movement of 5. I think, did we hit long range this time? No, we didn't. With a movement of 5 will be this tactical and fighter, 1 into 25, 2 into 30, and they will land with a movement of 3 onto the fleet carrier. And the fighter and the tactical will join that group over there. Okay. And yes, it's quite a low-key turn, this one. After our fleet were decimated in 35 by the Italians, avenged by the British fleet. That was nice. All right, let's get to placement of units. I'm not going to go over disposition for KMT. Oh, actually, I will go over disposition of KMT because there's a couple of discrepancies with Global War Enthusiasts. So I'm just going to quickly cover that before I go to placing everything for the Americans. All right, so KMT units, 3 infantry in Shanghai that are KMT, 1 militia in Sikang. In Yunnan, there is the 3 militia, and on the card there is a total of 8 infantry, 1 AAA, and 4 cavalry. In Shenxi, KMT units only, 3 infantry. Sichuan has 8 infantry, 1 AAA, 1 cavalry, 1 artillery, 1 mountain infantry. Quichao has 2 militia. All right, that's all the KMT stuff taken care of. Let's get to placing some units. So let's stick on this side of the board for a moment. All right, so we'll be placing 2 battleships that we've completed in port here in San Francisco. Also going there will be 1 infantry in San Francisco. The light cruiser will also be placed in port in San Francisco. And I think the rest of it should be on the other side of the world. So let's go over there. Grab our goods. All right, so we're building 1 of the attack transports in the Minas shipyard in Portugal. So it'll go down there. The other attack transport will go in New York in port. That'll go there. And we've got the jet The jet will be placed in the factory, in the minor factory in Portugal, along with one medium armour, also which will be placed in Portugal. Okay, dokes. We finish off the port, so let's get rid of that construction sign that was on the seam of A35 and A44. Militia into Portugal, so let's place that. And then we've got 2 infantry. So 2 infantry, one will go into DC, and let's just put them both in DC. All right. What do we want to go? We can build something in. Do I want to go there? No, we'll just leave it as is. All right, the delivery of the strategic bomber. Okay, so we'll be building the strategic bomber out of New York. Yeah, it's traveling unimpeded all the way up to southern France where it's delivered there. And it'll just simply go onto this card with that strategic bomber. All right, I think that's everything. We'll do a very quick disposition and deal with income. So the US is down to 62 plus their 12 bonus loss, 74 for next turn. 50, 74, 2, 3, 4. Let's do a quick disposition and then we can turn it over to the Jerrys. Okay, in southern England, there is one American medium bomber. Ah, shit, I forgot an attack. It doesn't matter. Bummer. Supposed to attack these 2 coastals with my seaplane and forgot to put it out. That's my bad. In northern Algeria, there is a seaplane doing nothing. What a silly. All right, so in Portugal now we have a total of 5 infantry, 2 medium armour, 1 artillery, 1 AAA. In the sea zone in A35 will be an 2 attack transports and a US destroyer along with the British fleet that's in there. Supposed to move them as well. I don't think I moved them, and I want to move them up to A20. Apologies on that. All right, New York has 2 infantry, and in port there will be 1 attack transport. DC has 2 infantry. I think we're covered over here. Let's go to the other side of the world. Quick disposition over there. Kirkuk has a militia. San Francisco, 1 infantry, 2 battleships in port with 1 light cruiser. On the card in Sea Zone P29 at sea, there is 2 fleet carriers with a fighter and tactical apiece, 2 battleships, 4 heavy cruisers, 1 light cruiser, and 4 destroyers. In Sea Zone P22. Do I want to do that? What's Hambone got? Just going to change a non-combat. Apologies for this. I'm going to leave the 2 coastal subs back here at sea. That's going to be there. Sorry about this, everyone. Just thinking for a second. No, we should be okay. All right, so Sea Zone P22, 2 submarines. So we've covered the fleet. In port in Hawaii is 3 transports in the sea zone. We've got those 2 additional coastals along with the fleet, which I've already talked about. On Hawaii itself, there's a total of 8 infantry, 1 militia, a AAA, and a light armor. And poor old Samoa, he has a militia, and I think that's it for the US. All right, thanks for watching. I'll turn it over now to the Germans. Let's see if they go into Leningrad, what they're doing. They are stacked up here. Anything could happen, so I'll stand by to watch that. All right, thanks for watching. And like I said, I'll turn it over to Hans J for turn 12 for Germany. Thanks for watching.